Hey, what's up? My name is JM Chaley and welcome to my channel. This week I want to kick off officially. I know I kind of did an intro video about it already, but I want to talk about my writing journey, my publishing journey. As you know, I'm going to be putting out The Unlife of Lisa Cooper, and I was going to do this in a separate announcement video, but I'm just going to tell you right here because believe me, I'm going to be saying it in all my videos going forward. You're going to hear it all the time because I want everyone to know I'm shouting for the rooftops. I'm very happy. The release date for The Unlife of Lisa Cooper is October 6th. It's a Friday. I'm going to do a live stream. There's going to be, I haven't planned it all out, but basically, live stream, games, prizes, that sort of thing. More to come on that, but October 6th, The Unlife of Lisa Cooper is coming out in book format, ebook, paperback, hardback, available where all books are sold. Any books are sold, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, Target, Amazon, of course, everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Ebooks, if you have a Nook, if you have a Kindle Fire, if you have a iPad, I guess, everything, every format. But that's not what this video is about. This video is to kick off my writing journey, publishing journey, whatever you want to call it, with a place that I think makes sense to start. Now, originally I was going to do like a whole series, and I'm still going to do it, of, let's talk about how KDP worked. Let's talk about how Ingram Spark worked. Let's talk about how you can get your barcodes and your ISBN numbers and all the things that we do that goes into publishing your book. But before I got into all that stuff, because I'm going to cover a lot of it, I thought it might make sense to talk about, briefly, this is going to be a short video, all the different, not all, but the types of software, tools, and platforms that are used for writing your draft versus publishing your book, right? So there's a difference between the tools you use to write and the tools you use to publish. And sometimes there's a little bit of an overlap, but not always. So I'm going to go over that and talk a little bit about what might be your tool strategy in terms of software and websites, depending on if you're planning on going traditional publishing or self-publishing. So I'm going to get into all that stuff. And I made some little graphics. It was helpful for me so I could kind of sort it out in my head before I talked about it. And I'm hoping to keep it simple, and maybe I'm hoping it'll help you too. So, as you know, there's tons and tons of things out there that you can use to publish and write your manuscript. When it comes to drafting your manuscript, you can use anything. You can use Microsoft Word, you can use Scrivener, you can use Atticus, any kind of word processor, but whatever you use is really going to be dependent on how you plan to publish. So this first square, drafting your manuscript, let's actually come back to that and answer the question of how we're going to format our manuscript once it's written, because that depends on how you're going to publish your book, how you would like to publish your book. So what does that mean? If I'm going to seek traditional publishing, if I'm going to query my manuscript, I'm going to prefer to use something that lends itself to creating a manuscript for querying. That includes someone like Scrivener. Scrivener, out of the box, will format a PDF with the assumption that you're going to take this PDF and send it to a literary agent when they ask for it, or if they ask for certain chapters of it. Now, you can do this in Word too. You can format it the way a literary agent will want to see it, double-spaced, 12-point font. You can do all that kind of stuff. But Scrivener kind of compiles it for you that way automatically without you having to go into another word processing program and telling it how you want it to be. Scrivener assumes you're going to do it that way out of the box. Now, I know some people don't like Scrivener because it's got a lot of bells and whistles and there's a lot of noise attached to it, but if you just use it as a basic word processor and hit compile and export out to a PDF, it's going to give you exactly what you need to query with. That's why I like to use Scrivener for the manuscript that I have that I'm querying with for traditional publishing. Now, if I'm self-publishing, I'm not going to use Scrivener because I have to do a little bit more work to tell it not to add double space and do all that stuff, because I want to create a PDF at the end of the day that's suitable for print or for an EPUB. And I don't want all that extra spacing and formatting that literary agents prefer. I want to set this up to look exactly the way I want it to look on the page. So now let's kind of go back up to drafting your manuscript. You may want to choose your strategy for publishing before you choose which word processor you want to use to write your manuscript. Because why would you write something in Microsoft Word and then paste it into something like Atticus and format it there? It might make more sense for you to start with something like Atticus or Vellum or whatever word processor is going to do your formatting for you. It's just one less step to do. I don't know if Vellum is friendly for drafting. I know people that use Vellum and they start with Word and then they paste into Vellum. Maybe that's the right way to do it. I don't know. I don't have a Mac. I can't use Vellum. But I know it's that way with Atticus. You can draft right into Atticus and the formatting is right there as you go. So, and again, your mileage may vary. You may have your own preferences, your own whatever. But I would definitely consider choosing the word processor based on your publishing strategy and research which application will meet your needs better or the best. So then we move on to publishing. Now your publishing strategy is going to be based on how you want to get your book out into the world. Are you going to want to deal with a publisher or a distributor or both? Chances are it's going to be both. Now, technically speaking, you are the publisher. You own the ISBN number. You're the publisher, right? If you're self-publishing, you're the publisher. But when I speak about publishing in terms of a platform, I'm talking about things like KDP, Barnes & Noble Press, and things like that. A retailer who will distribute your book on their environment, in their store, in their online store, whatever. That is what a publisher will do. They're basically a retailer who's selling your book and not selling your book to anyone else, but through their store. If you want to sell your book to a wider audience beyond Barnes & Noble, beyond KDP, whatever, beyond Amazon, you want to use a distributor. So you can go to anyone who sells a book and offer them the chance to carry it or get it and sell it. So that would be Ingram Spark. Draft to Digital. There's others, but those are the two big examples. Those are the two big examples of distributors. I do want to make a note on printers, because I know people, when you talk about this part of the process, it's are you a publisher, are you a distributor, or are you a printer? All these guys are printers. They're all going to print your book for sale. But only distributors will offer your book to a wide audience of retailers, usually by print on demand. Okay, so why have a difference of, a retailer versus a distributor? Wouldn't it make more sense to go into every single retailer and say, sell my book here. Hi, Barnes & Noble, sell my book here. Hi, Walmart. I don't know if Walmart has a print press or anything like that, but sell my book. Hi, Target, sell my book, right? That's a lot of work. That's a lot of, accounts you're creating and keeping track of all your sales and blah, 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 blah. But the other thing too, and I found this out when I looked at Barnes & Noble Press, I make less money if I print through them on demand and sell my book through them than I do if I print through Ingram Spark. Barnes & Noble goes through Ingram Spark, takes their cut, sells it through their store, and then I get my cut. My royalty is actually higher for the same price book. I price it the same here and here, my royalty is higher if I go through Ingram Spark. That's crazy. That tells me that Barnes & Noble's printing costs are higher than Ingram Spark's. So that's something to consider too. So when you're thinking about your strategy for publishing, consider who's going to pay you the most money, right? You want to compare those notes, and you want to think about how much you want to run around between different accounts, this guy, this guy, this guy, selling your book through different programs. So really that about wraps it up. Using software tools that are best for your strategy. If you're drafting in Word and you're formatting up here, why are you going to paste that into another program and then format down there? Maybe it makes more sense to use the program you plan to publish with to draft your manuscript, do all your edits, your revisions, everything in this one program, and then create your PDF from there, whether you're querying or whether you're sending it off to a printer, publisher, or a distributor to sell your book. Use the program that's right for you, but figure out what your strategy is, and that'll help you along. All right, so that about wraps it up. If you liked this video, if you found it helpful, please give it a like. And as always, please subscribe. I post most Thursdays, if I can. And you can follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads now, I guess. The list keeps growing. You can also check out jmchaley.com. I have a merch store where I sell stuff like this with writerly sayings on them and whatnot. You can send me a message. You can check out what's the latest with what I'm publishing and what I've got out there. I try to keep current with my news. I need to get better at that. But yeah, that's about it. Send me a message through jmchaley.com. Keep in touch. Say hello. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time.